Hi. Hello. I'm just going to move my camera here. There we go. Hello, everyone. Hiya. How you all doing? Good? There I am. Hello. Just change that so I can see everyone. There we go. Hello. Hi. Okay, so do I begin the warm-up now? Yeah?
Go for it. Go for it.
Cool, okay, so to begin with, we're just going to do some clapping games. So if you all want to put your instruments somewhere really far away from you, so you're not going to stand on it or sit on it, and then you just need to stand up so you've got loads of room around you. So you can move around. Fab, okay, so we're just going to begin with some clapping games. So I want you to all repeat. This is a pineapple. So just clap with me. This is a pineapple. This is a pineapple. This is a pineapple. Fantastic, and now we're going to add in some more actions. So we're going to have a stomp, clap, pat your knees, clap, knees, clap, stomp, clap, knees, clap, knees, clap, stomp, clap, knees, clap, knees, clap, stomp, clap, knees, clap, knees, clap. So you have this is a pineapple. This is a pineapple. This is a pineapple. This is a pineapple. Okay, now we're just going to make it a little bit more difficult. So we're going to just do the pie and the pull of pineapple. So we're going to have this is a pineapple. Okay? I think you've got it. We're going to give it a go. So ready? And this is a pine. This is a pineapple. This is a pineapple. This is a pineapple. Fantastic. One more. So now instead of doing pine and pull, we're going to just do the na. So it's going to be this is a na. So hard, I can't even do it. Let me try one more time. This is a pineapple. Ready? And this is a pineapple. This is a pineapple. Fabulous. Okay, well done everyone. Fantastic clapping. I'm going to pass you over to Freya now. He's going to do the next little warm-up. Bye.
Hello everyone, lovely to see you all. My name's Freya and I'm just going to do some bow games with you today. So you can all grab your bows. So these are really good exercises for making your fingers nice and strong and flexible. So firstly, what I want you to do is grab your bow and hold it in your usual hold. And what I want you to do is make circles with the bow. And what's really important here is to try and use your fingers and try not to use your wrist as much, but really focus on the fingers. And just making little circles with your fingers going in different directions. And this again makes your fingers nice and strong and flexible. Okay, looks great. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm going to also ask you now to write your name with your bow. So in the air, trying to use your fingers as much as possible, feeling your fingers moving, and write your name in the air with your bow. Looks very good. And if you feel your hands are getting a little bit tense, just give them a shake. Brilliant. Okay, and then the last exercise I'm going to show you is called monkey up a tree, which sounds quite weird, but again, it's also very good for making your fingers nice and strong. So what I want you to do is hold your bow like this. Brilliant. And then what I want you to do is climb your hand up the bow using your fingers and your thumb. Okay, and what I find really hard is when you climb back down, because I've dropped my bow so many times doing this. So try not to drop your bow. But yeah, if you just climb your hands up and down the bow, and will make your fingers really nice and strong. I found that doing this, it's made my bow hold really good from doing this. And just to climb up and down the bow. Looks very good. No one doesn't seem to have dropped their bow yet, so that's very good. Okay, well done. So those are some bow exercises for you. I think now I'll pass you on to William, who's going to finish off the warm-up for you guys.
Hello, everyone. Hope you all are doing well. It's great to see so many faces here. So I want everybody to go get their cellos and sit down in nice position, feet flat on the floor, nice and strong like the roots of a tree. Good position, you're all balanced, and we're going to continue with the bow. So have a nice bow hold, and we're going to do some bow circles. So what I want you to do is pick your favorite string. Mine is the G string. And we're going to make a big circle. We're going to take the bow all the way up to our nose. It's going to look like this. So we're going to circle to the nose and circle. Now you might notice I'm moving my other arm too. This is just a warm-up. When we play, we might not do that, but for now, big circle. Now pick another string. Great. Now, if you notice while we're doing this, that one of your strings is out of tune, hopefully you've watched Rosie's tuning video, and you can use your tuner to check your tuning before we start the sectional. Okay, so big, and then one more on your last string. Great. Okay, so now we're going to switch this up a little bit. We've done big circles. Can we do smaller circles? So instead of going to our nose, we're going to go to the bottom of our chin. Ready? Great. Nice job, everyone. Now, even smaller circles. Keep it right about here. Make sure when you're in the air, we're not letting our bow hold go, keeping it pinky on the bow, on the frog or the heel. Great. Now, can we do really small circles? Super tiny little circles. All right, great job, everyone. I hope our bows and our shoulders are all warmed up and we're in good position. And now I'm going to pass you off to our wonderful executive director, Laura.
Everybody, thanks William. Just trying to cancel his spotlighting screen so that you can see I hope that you can all see each other now for a minute while we just talk you through what's going to happen this afternoon. So welcome to your first cello sectional. This is very exciting, and a big thank you to our ambassadors who have done the warm-up. So what we're going to do in a second is we're going to get started, but there's just two things we want to tell you about, which is the chat button. Can you all just take a minute on your screen to find the chat button? And some of you have found it already because you've been sending us messages. If you have any problems, or you're not sure where we are, or you're a little bit lost, you can send a message to anybody that has the name ambassador next to them. They'll be able to help you with things to do with the music, where we are, what fingering to use, all those kind of questions. You can send a message to them. If you have a question for David, you need to send that to the one that's called Benedetti Foundation, and we will get those messages to David at the end if we've got a little bit of time for questions from him. If you have a problem and you want to get our attention, there's also a hands up button which you can press, and then one of our ambassadors will write to you to check that you are okay. So I think that's all we want to say to you, apart from have a great time. And I'm going to introduce you now to the fabulous Nicola Benedetti.
Hi everyone, how are you all doing? It's so wonderful to see you all. I'm just scrolling through this gallery view and seeing so many little cellists. I can't believe it. There's literally hundreds of us here. So for the next 45 minutes, we're going to be in the very wonderful world of David Munn, who is going to be taking us through our first cello sectional. We're going to be touching on all the pieces that you've been working on, so all three of them, and learning a lot about music, a lot about this particular repertoire, and a lot about the cello in general, and you're just going to have the best time ever. You're in the most wonderful hands. So I'm going to be here the entire time. I would say joining along with you, but I don't have a cello, so I can't really do that. But in my mind, I'm going to be joining along with you and watching what all of you are doing. So just relax, enjoy it, listen to everything he's saying. You're going to learn so much, and I will check back in at the end. So without any further hesitation, let's hand over to the wonderful David.
Whoa! Hello everyone. It's very nice to see and not hear you all. I would love to hear you all, but I can't. It's also really nice to see some people that I know. I can see some people that I've met before. Like I can see Ada, which is really exciting because I've known Ada for ages and ages. And I saw someone who, I don't even know their name, but I think I met their dad in a Zoom quiz like a month ago, and I've never met them in real life. So it's like crazy times. Anyway, it's lovely to have everyone here with us today. It's great to have our ambassadors here to help us. And I want today and these sectionals to be really, really helpful to you. I want us to spend loads of time playing the pieces. I want to not spend that much time talking at you, so I hope that I don't do that. So we've already done a bit of a warm-up. I want us just to be sitting here and just give your shoulders a bit of a shake, because our shoulders as cellists is normally the bit, well, it's normally the bit that I get sore. So if I say shoulders at any point, or you see me doing that, just copy me. I just want you to check in to make sure that we're not holding any muscles that we don't need to, because we want to be nice and relaxed when we're playing. Okay, so I thought, I don't know about you, this is a little bit weird. In fact, it's a lot weird. And I hope that you can understand me. And the other thing I wanted to say is, it's really weird that you're only really going to hear me. And so I thought it would be fun and totally crazy to just right at the start, we're going to unmute everybody and just to play ridiculous noises on your cello. Okay? So I'm not looking for, you know, like, I'm not looking for that today. What I'm looking for is like, because we're recording little clips of this, and I think it would be epic to have like 300 cellos all just going a bit nuts for 10 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to count you down. We're going to count down from 5, and then we're just going to go nuts for 10 seconds, and I'll tell you when to stop again, all right? And hopefully you stop at the right time. Here we go. 5. Getting to hear you. 3. 2.
You've done it.
So it's going to make the noise stop. That was epic. I love that. That was probably my favorite thing that we're going to do today. You can all hear me again, so that's wonderful. Right, we are going to get right into it, and I want you to find matachins. So please get your music onto your music stand for matachins, or as my friends and I call it, matachin. Matachin. And I'm going to assume that all of you have watched my amazing warm-up video. I'm calling it amazing because I realised mine are about 10 times longer than everybody else's, which was an accident because I didn't realise, I thought it was like a whole warm-up, which is kind of what I gave you. So that's an ideal thing to go through every day. You don't have to do exactly the same thing as me, but something to do every single day before you sit down to practice to warm up. All right. So one of the things I did in that first tutorial was our really simple bow exercise that we're going to need for matachins. So why don't we start open G and D, and we're just going to play down, up, up, down, up, up. All right, just to get ourselves in the zone for the bow stroke that we need. All right, here we go. Open G, open D. I'll count you in after 4. 1, 2, off we go. And stop. All right, I can see some people who are using like almost half a bow, some people who are using all their bow. I'm here to tell you, you need to shorten it. Really, really short bows, okay? I want you to make the same energy, but just pack the same energy into 2 inches of bow. Otherwise, we're not gonna be able to do that when we're playing at the right speed. It's gonna be like, okay? So really short, let's try it again. Let's do it on the C and G strings this time. The C and the G strings. 1, 2, ready, and. And stop. Good, well done. Can we try it a little bit faster? Let's have a little bit faster. I mean, you feel free to give me like a thumbs up, you know, to let me know that you're, alive. Great. Okay, good. Here we go. Let's try it this speed. Ba, 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 ba. Same thing, tiny amount of bow after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And it's really important that the ta has got a wee lean, and the 2 ups, the ti, are not so important. They can be nice and light. Ba, 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 ba. Let's go even faster. Ba, 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 which is closer to the real speed. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. How did you get on? Yeah? Good? Give yourself a score out of 5 and show me on your fingers. Whoa, there's a lot of 5s in there. Great, good. Okay, so we're going to put our fingers down, finally, and we're going to get stuck into this. There's a tutorial coming up where I explain the double stops a little bit more, so I don't want to do too much chat about that today. If you are able to play both notes at the same time, great. I wouldn't do it 4-4, because that's going to make your pinky really sore. So try it 1-1, or 2-2, or 3-3, but not 4-4. All right, and what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, you really need to listen to this music a lot, because if you try to count every bar, you're going to get lost. You can go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then you get to 17, 18, change. All right, so listen to the music and just begin to learn when the change happens, and you'll notice that the phrases are all in 8-bar chunks, or 8 measure chunks. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go from the start. I'm going to play both notes, but if you can't play both notes at the same time, just choose one. We're going to go. There's the speed. 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the change. Okay, we should have got to letter A there. If you didn't, it means we might have lost you. If that was too quick, I'm really sorry. That's a good target to aim for in the first couple of weeks of your practice. All right, so let's get on to something else. We need to have a look at letter A, where we've just arrived, and have a look at the fingering. So again, if you're playing just one note, that's fine. It's really easy to play it in first position. So you can play 4, and then you can play a 2 on the top if you're playing the top note. If you're playing both notes, I would suggest that you play 3-3 at letter A. So that the next bar, you can play 1-3. Then back to 3-3. Then 3 in open C. Yeah. By the way, has anyone made a mistake yet? Oh my goodness. Right, we're going to have to try harder to make you make mistakes. Because mistakes are great. I love mistakes. So you can just chill out. If you make a mistake, look, I'm going to make a mistake. Look, nothing happened. It's like magic. So just chill out. If you make a wee mistake, don't worry. Take a deep breath and then try again. All right? So we're going to go from letter A. We'll do it a little bit slower to watch out for those different double stops. In particular, I love that one. The E flat and the B flat. We can bring that out because that's quite an unusual one. Here we go. Letter A. Slow it down. Ba, 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 ba. Letter A. Off we go. Here's the cool one. All right, I want you to do that again. We're just going to bring out the E flat and the B flat a little bit more because it's a super cool chord. Letter A. 1, 2, ready. Hands up if you heard my mistake. I did it deliberately. I didn't really, but I made one. So there we go. That was a real life mistake. That wasn't even a pretend mistake. The next bit, we go, yes! The cellos have a tiny, tiny bit of tune. All right, so we really need to bring this moment out because it's a tiny bit of melody. So we have... And it's the same thing as before. It's still down, up, up. And it's still really, really short bows, okay? So let's go from there, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 bars after letter A. 9 bars after letter A. Has everybody found it? Say yes. Great, I can hear all of you saying yes. Here we go. 9 bars after letter A on that C. 1, 2, ready. Okay, now we're going to do that again in a wee second. I just want to point out to you that we have a different dynamic halfway through. It goes from 40 to fortissimo. And in the recording that I did, I tried to make that really obvious. It's hard when it's so quick, but let's really try and make a difference between the 40 and the fortissimo. So we're going from the same place, 9 bars after letter A, or figure A. And then let's make a really big difference when we get to the fortissimo 4 bars later. I'll count you in again. Bow on the string, get ready. 1, 2, off we go. Here it comes, and yeah! How do we get on? Okay, now, you'll notice my hairstyle. My hairstyle, yeah? Okay, so I can't do this as well as lots of you can. But the fortissimo is a real head down rock and roll moment. Okay, so if Rosie was doing this, she'd be like, or if Keena was doing this, she'd be like, or Freya would do the same thing. In fact, Freya wouldn't because she's so nice, she'd just be like, but yeah, you know. So you really need to rock out for that fortissimo. Can we try it again? 4 bars before the fortissimo, and let's give it lots of energy. I was almost going to use a Scottish phrase there called Giat Laldi, but it would take far too long to explain. So here we go. Same place as before. Get ready to rock. Bow on the string. 1, 2, ready, and go! Okay, so to get that fortissimo sound, it needs to be a super heavy arm. Oh, shoulders, shoulders. If you try and play louder by doing this, it's actually going to restrict your sound. It's not going to help you play any louder. So keep everything down, sink into the string, feel the weight of your arm into the string, and we'll do it one more time. Here it comes. Same place, find your notes. Hopefully I'm giving you long enough to find the notes. 1, 2, ready. And now, I'm sure that was brilliant. Give yourself a score out of 5. Show me on your hands. Show me on your hands. Yeah, lots of 4s. A lot of 5s in there. I love the confidence. I think some people are just waving at me. That's great. Some 3s as well. That's cool. Any 0s? I don't know. Oh, Nicola got a 0. That's because you not got a cello. I really think you should have your violin, but you know.
Hey, David,
Yes.
can I ask one wee question, which is
Sure.
just about the double stop?
Yeah.
Are you, because your double stops just sound like they're just exploding out of the cello. They just sound so amazing.
Thank you.
What if someone's struggling a wee bit with the double stop? Is it okay to just play one note or the other?
Absolutely, just play one note. And look out for tutorial number 3, which I think is dropping in next week, because I do double stops in quite a lot of detail and talk about some strategies for how to practice them. So do keep your eyes peeled on the U face, or the face space, I don't know what it's called. But you know what I mean. Yeah, so let's do that one more time, and this time I'll only play one note for the sake of it. Here it comes. 1, 2, ready, go! Rock and roll. Letter B, I think this is the sword fight. If Matachin's is a sword dance, then letter B is the sword fight. We have the upper strings that go, and then we get a chance to reply. Okay, now obviously we are going to win the battle because we are just so much cooler than them. And also we're lower down than them. So they sort of go like, and then we go, and they go, and we go, okay, so same thing, heavy arm, weight into the string. And let's try a couple of those notes just before we play from letter B. So let's find that tricky G flat, also known as an F sharp, because it's the same place on the cello. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 bars after letter B. Somebody called Nicola on the chat has just said upper strings are the best. Well, I don't know where you're phoning in from, Nicola, but I think you're outnumbered in this party, so, you know, just keep it down over there. Yeah. Right, so let's find that G flat. It's a tricky note to find in first position. It's a stretchy 4 on the C string if you're playing it in first position. There's mine, so you can tune yours to mine. Okie dokie. And what we're going to try and do is just get a sound that starts with a k. And I think I said this in tutorial 1. But you get your bow on the string, you feel it really grippy, almost like there's a lot of energy stored up, and then you release the energy, boom, so that the sound has a k, k at the start of it. Not a wah wah, but a. Do you hear the difference? So give that a little go by yourself for the next 10 seconds. Short bows. Okie dokie. Now come back to me. Come back to me. Come back to the room. Cool. The next bit that we need to have a look at is kind of handy because you'll remember in our warm-up that William did some bow circles with us. And we need to do these bow circles for the next bit where it goes rest, rest. So I really want to see circles in the air with your bow, as if you're going round a melon or something. It's not going round the whole world. It's not going round a massive beach ball. It's probably going round a melon. All right, so let's try this section from letter B. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the upper strings in my speaking voice. And then we're going to play our part together so that we understand how it fits. So I'll be like, and then we'll play. All right? That's my violin impression, which is pretty accurate, I think you'll agree. Okay, so here we go. Letter B. Find your notes. And I will start with my screechiness. 1, 2, here they come. How did you get on? Success? Did you like my violin? Yeah? Okay. I hope so. Let's try it again. Remember, right after that first finger that we're doing, stretchy 4 on the C, come right round the cello. I think this is one of the hardest notes to get in tune in the cello. So let your thumb slip round a little bit to bring your elbow up and swing it round to get onto that C string. If you try and play that note with your arm stuck to your side, you're never going to get there. Or if you're going to get there, you're going to look like not great and you're probably going to get a little bit sore. Okay, so bring the arm right round for the G flat. Good. Isabel, I can see you really swinging that arm round. That looks really good. Okay, so here we go. Letter B again. I just picked you, Isabel, because it was one of the people that caught my eye. You were doing a really good job there. Letter B. Get ready. Here come the violins. Violins. Circle. Same thing, and circles, and extra bar. There we, there we, 1, 2, 1, 2, stop there. Well done. Good job, guys. I think we should do that section again, but let's try it a little bit quicker. So same place, and use the rests, use the bar rests to find your next note. Okay, so don't get caught out and go, but use that time you've got to prepare. Find your note, etc. Okay, here we go. Letter B. Slightly faster now. It's going to go 1, 2, violins first, and keep going. Rest, 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 rest. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Rock and roll. Did we all make it to the end? Don't worry if you dropped out. We're going to cover that end section just a wee sec. Cool. Konstantinos. Thank you for your thumbs up. I could see that. That was really good. I thought, what was I thinking as we would do that? Oh yes, the double stop that's in half position. Then we need to go, and mine ends up not being low enough. It needs to be right back in half position. So right back to the nut, as we call it, of your cello. When I recorded this for the videos, I kept getting it not low enough and I kept having to do it again and I was getting annoyed. So make sure that you go right the way back into half position for that. Let's go from letter B for whatever time we're doing it. And sempre fortissimo e ben marcato. So always fortissimo and really marked. Just like we've been practicing. Dig in with your first finger. That sort of sound. Yeah. Michaela, that looks really good. You could be more rock and roll though. Heavy arm. Okay, here we go. Put your bow on the string, just give it a wobble so that you can feel the string underneath you. Your arm is going down, your shoulders down. It's going to be nice and heavy. Here come the violins. Violins. Really silly. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 2, All right, now have a little break. I want to ask one of the ambassadors if one of you would like to mute and explain how we play the rhythm in the last 4 bars of this piece, please. You see that silence? That's how hard the rhythm is. I don't know if anybody actually wants to chip in. Do anybody want to chip in? Cool. Silence speaks volumes. So basically what's happening is you've got 2 bars and you've got a 3 over the top of them. So what that means is we're going 1, 2, 1, 2, pineapple, pineapple. Oh look, pineapples again, just like we did in our warm-up. Okay, so that's our pulse. Pineapple, pineapple. Right? Pineapple, pineapple. This is just the beginning of this, by the way. Oh, as Rosie was doing that, I discovered that I had a pineapple. Well, I don't really. I've got pine nuts and an apple. Who's got me? Who's got me? Yeah? Pineapple. Apple pine, pineapple. Okay. Yeah. Buzzing for my fresh pesto later. Okay. Stop filming it. It's horrible. So we've got pineapple, pineapple, and our changes of note happen just before the 3rd beat. So just before the pull of pineapple. So ba 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 ba. We go ba ba. Oh no. Ba ba ba. That was kind of close. Ba ba ba. So that is the complicated, really scientific version of that rhythm. The non-complicated version is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's not quite right, but we're going to use it because it's really handy. Okay? So it's going to go ba, ba, ba. We're going to try that on an open D first of all. It's going to go down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, now let's play the actual note, which of course is an F natural. 1 and 2, 1, 2, Try and make sure that you've got a little gap so that you can really hear the accents. It's hard to do up bow accents, but try and do it so you're going to have... We can really hear ooh, ooh on the way back up. All right, so lots of turning onto your first finger so that you can dig out those notes. It's almost like scooping out ice cream. Right, here we go. Ooh, here we go. Down, up, up. 1 and 2. 1, 2, ready. Alrighty. Now let's cover the very, very last chord, which goes... So the first note I'm playing in first position, 4. Then I'm swapping that into 3rd position, playing a first finger there. And then we're going to do, whoops, I'm going to come on close. 1, 1, 3. So 1 on the C string, 1 on the G, and then 3 on the D string. So I'd like us to just practice playing, whoa, who's playing out of tune? No. I want you to practice playing fourth finger on the C. Then you're going to lift and replace with your first finger and try and find the same note. So try that again. Fourth finger on the C string. Then slide, replace, and try and land on the same target. All right. Then once we're there, stay there in your changed position with the first finger. 1, 1 across the string, and 3. And again, same thing as we said before. If you are feeling like that is a lot, then just choose one of them. In fact, what would be really cool is to have lots of that A at the top, because that's the third of the chord. Or to have lots of the F, like that. Okay, so there's a couple of options for you. Now, what I'd like us to do is go from where it says con tutta forza. Con tutta forza, which means with lots of force, with lots of energy, with lots of weight into the sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars from the end. Okay, so count back from the end, 8 bars. And we're going to try from there. This is a place where you can play just one note again, or you can play, you can play 2, 2 across the string. Kina, thank you for translating. 8 measures before the end, or bars, or whatever they used to call them in the olden days. So, that's where we're going to go from. Con tutta forza. We'll try this speed. Ba, 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 ba. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, jump, jump. Here we go, last 8 bars. Find your notes after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, that wasn't so in tune at the end. Should we try again? Let's have another go. And then we're going to do a bit of a different piece. Here it comes. Con tutta forza. 1, 2, ready. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And a big flourish. Wow, I saw Milo's bow fly into the air at the end there. Well done, Milo. Because what we want at the end is to go like a golf swing that just follows through. And you watch the ball or sound flying off into the distance. All right? Now, I feel like we should do that again, just so we can try and have more golf swings happening at the end. So let's go one more time. Con tutta forza. Hui. Ready? 1, 2, ready. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'm waiting for the lag around the world to see everyone's bows flying into the air. Either that or they've forgotten. Erin forgot because she just stuck it up in the air afterwards. Unbelievable. One more time. 1 and 2. 1, 2, same place. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And there. Yes, I saw it that time. Yeah, well done. Erin's like, don't pick on me again. Don't pick my bows up. Don't pick on me. Well done, guys. All right, now we've got about 10 minutes left. So my super ambitious plan to cover every piece has now disappeared and gone out the window. But what I thought we should do is have a little look at the Paganini. So if you guys can find the Paganini, swap it onto your music stand. That's the Paganini Caprice number 24. Much better than number 23. I mean, I don't know. I've never heard it. Nicola? What's your favourite Paganini caprice? Look at, she's got them right there. That looks like a really good addition as well you've got.
Number one. Number one is the best. Then number 24.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, that can be a little bit of homework for us because we're not very good at listening to pieces that are not for the cello. So why don't we set ourselves a little target to go away and all listen to the Paganini, at least number 1 and number 24, of course, because that's the one that we're playing. And we can find out next week how many people have done it. And if you can't, then that's okay. So you will have seen a video from my lovely friend Sarah, who has got much better hair from me, much more rock and roll hairstyle. And she took us through all the different bow strokes. And I actually saw somebody who posted a little clip of them practicing with the hashtag Benedetti Sessions, which is so cool. So if you guys have any videos of yourself practicing, remember to include the hashtag. And you never know, you might appear on social media, whatever that is. I don't know how it works. Instaface, that's what I normally call it. Right, so we're going to go from where we first start, and we're going to just practice open G and C, and it's going to be up, up, down, up, up, down. And there it's piano. I'm starting in the middle of the bow. Up, up, down. Right, now let's do it with the notes. First finger to first finger. 1, 2, rest on the first beat. Shh. Rest, rest. Okay, let's try that again. Keep it nice and soft. 1, 2, rest comes first. Rest. Rest, rest. Keep going. Rest. Slightly louder, half position. And 1. And 1. Good. So you'll notice that the notes are not so tricky for this. But what we really want is for each variation to have its own character. So we're going to work really hard at making the variations different from one another. If you have a look at variation number 1, con fuoco means with fire. So variation 1 of the Paganini, and we want this to sound like okie dokie. Now I discovered that somebody, I believe William, our great ambassador, has done fingerings into the parts for these that are now on the Virtual Sessions website. So if you're really struggling for fingerings, you can go back and download the latest version of the parts that have now got fingerings in them. Okay, so here we go, variation 1. Again, it's a rest on the first beat. We're going to have 1, 2, ready, steady, off we go. Shh, 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 shh. Stop. Okay, so this bit is going to take lots of slow practice at home, and when you are practicing it, I want you to imagine your fingers as hammers. Da-ga-da, da-ga-da. We don't want things that all end up smudgy. We want it to be really clear as we can. So each note has to speak. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, and then ba-da-da-da-da at the end. Okay, and for that, I'm playing stretchy 2, stretchy 4, open G, and then first finger back on the G string. So that's bar 44. Why don't we try that? Look at measure 44. I remembered that time. Measure 44. And we're going to try this speed. Do. All right. So for me, I'm playing stretchy 2 on the E natural, stretchy 4 on the F sharp, and then up onto the G. Hard to count you in. We'll do 3, 4, 1. Okay, let's try that. In the middle of the bow, ready to play up bow. 3 and 4 and 1 and. Let's try again. Oh, yeah. Rosie, thank you for reminding everyone it's stretchy second finger and fourth finger. And it's really important that your thumb drops down with your second finger. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit uncomfy. So make sure that your thumb stays in line with your second here. Same thing. 3 and 4 and 1 and. Let's see if we can play that 40. Here we go. Up bow. In the middle of the bow, give yourself enough space. We don't want to end up getting all bunched up. Okay, here we go. 3 and 4 and 1 and. Alrighty, let's try it a little bit faster. This speed, which is almost exactly the same. 2, 3, 4, 1. And again. 2, 3, 4, 1. Okie dokie, last time. 1, 2, 3, and rest. Okay, then we get into something that's much easier, thankfully. Yeah. So we need line, stop the bow, then dot. It's almost like a little ping at the end. Line, ping, line, ping, line, breath, ping, line, breath, ping, line. Okay? So we can try that, and again, 2 options here. If you are comfortable playing in 4th position, you can do it in 4th position on the C string. Which is what Sarah does in her video. But you can also do second finger in half position on the G, which is what I'll do for now. So here it comes. This is measure 45, bar 45. We're concentrating on this bow stroke. Line, ping, line, ping, line. 2, ready. Rest. Up to D. C sharp. B natural. Open D if you want. And line. And that one needs to just disappear. Like you're saying bye-bye. The last thing we want to have is this. It's like, no, it's not a dun da 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 da. Okay? We do not want that. We just want to go, ha, ha. Alrighty? Now that is really good, and I know we've buzzed through that really, really quickly. We'll come back to this one in a lot more detail, and we're going to look at the second page next time. So what I would urge you to do in your practice time for this week is to focus on the first page of the Paganini and on Matachins, all right? And try to remember all the different things that we have put in, all those different bow strokes. Shoulder check, give their shoulders another roll. Just to check that the weight of your arm is going into the string. We don't want any squeezing, because squeezing the bow does not make it louder. Look, I'll show you. This is me not squeezing the bow. This is me squeezing the bow. Do you hear the difference in the volume? Exactly. It's got nothing to do with squeezing. All right? Now that is really good, and I'm aware it's 2 minutes to 5. So, or 2 minutes to 5, GMT. So, I wonder if we've got any big, major, burning questions that anyone wants to ask me. Not like, how do you get your hair so nice? But more like, have you got any recommendations for this bar that we've covered today? Who's laughing? Why are you laughing at that? That's so mean. Yeah. You should feel bad for laughing at that. This is a choice. No, it's not. It's really not. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? We can just like sit tight and I can just talk at you for a little bit.
Ambassadors, do we have any recurring questions that were kind of consistent throughout? No recurring questions. One thing I would just say, for a few people that were finding that maybe just the speed of the ba 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 ba, I can't sing, you know what I mean, ba 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 ba, that little bit. Just if you just do exactly what David was saying, but just slow the whole thing down much more. So he's taken us through exactly how to get to that position. He was showing us many times how to get to that. You going from the fourth finger in the first position to the first finger, right? We're replacing them.
That was for the end of the warlock, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that was for the end of the warlock. I'm confusing it, sorry. So the run that we were just doing, ba, 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 can you just show us that really slowly one time?
I'll come in close, how about that? So we're doing stretchy 2. Terrible technique. Stretchy 2, stretchy 4, open G, first finger back in first. Absolute nonsense. I'm going to do that again. You ready? I just realized you couldn't even see my hand. Let's do it again. So stretchy 2, stretchy 4, open G, first finger in half position, then second finger in half position. So that your 2 ends up where your 1 normally lives.
Excellent. And the other thing is that the variation, I think it's the second variation, which is ba-da-ba-ba-bum, ba-da-da-da-da. Is that the second variation?
That one? Or?
The one before that. Is my singing extremely awful?
I wouldn't.
It's the first variation.
I think it's variation 1, yeah.
Right.
That one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just to say for everyone, I think if you're struggling a little bit with that, a really good thing to do is just start with the first notes, the first note of each one. So you get the rhythm and you get the building blocks of it. And then just like David was saying, to get these fingers really active, but just start with those first notes. Just for those of you who were just struggling a little bit with that fingering. So I was flicking through the pages just to check out. So just start with those first notes, get the bowing and the fundaments of it really secure, and then you can add in that twiddle that David was doing.
I've got a little example to show you. Rhythm is so much more important than notes, okay? So here is a tune with all the wrong notes but the right rhythm. Okay, so you know that was nowhere near the notes, but hopefully you could tell what piece it was. Hopefully. It's happy birthday, by the way. So, yeah, the rhythm is way more important than getting around all the notes.
Absolutely. So anybody struggling a little bit with that left hand, you can just take out some of the difficult notes and just make sure that you're keeping in time with the rhythm, and you'll still fit into an orchestra amazingly. So I know we're 2 minutes past 12. So all that remains for us to do is 2 things. I think Laura's going to unmute all of us, and I want us all to give David a massive round of applause, and then we're all going to wave each other goodbye. So I want you to really go for this applause to thank David, our amazing tutor. We're going to thank him.